I woke up to survey stakes slicing my ranch, claiming acreage suddenly belonged elsewhere now. The HOA announced expansion plans, despite me never joining, voting, or signing anything. 200 acres vanished on paper, transferred by meetings I never attended. Letters arrived demanding compliance, fees, and access to land generations protected fiercely. They cited bylaws, maps, and authority that collapsed under basic legal scrutiny. Surveyors crossed fences confidently, assuming rural owners wouldn't fight organized paperwork. I watched quietly because loud outrage scares nothing except allies away. County records told a different story, stamped, archived, and painfully clear. My ranch predated their subdivision, their charter, and their arrogance combined. I hired a land attorney who smiled when reviewing timelines carefully. He said encroachment loves confusion, but clarity kills it efficiently. We pulled deeds, plats, aerials, and tax payments spanning decades uninterrupted. The HOA doubled down, fencing portions and posting unauthorized community signs. Neighbors whispered, unsure who truly owned what anymore suddenly. We filed injunctions stopping development, construction, sales, and access immediately. Judges don't enjoy surprises involving 200 missing acres. Emergency hearings scheduled quickly once fraud indicators appeared clearly documented. HOA lawyers stuttered, explaining how land jumped boundaries magically. Surveyors testified maps were altered after approvals suspiciously. County officials admitted records were submitted without notifying adjacent landowners. Silence filled the courtroom heavier than any accusations spoken. The judge ordered land access frozen, pending full investigation. HOA board members stopped answering emails, phones, and doors. Media caught wind, calling it the ranch land grab scandal. Headlines questioned how non-members lost property to private associations legally. Audits uncovered forged signatures, backdated filings, and convenient omissions. The acreage never legally transferred, not even close. Fences came down under court supervision quietly. Signs vanished overnight like they never existed. The HOA blamed contractors, surveyors, and clerical errors repeatedly. Judges blamed intent, patterns, and benefits gained unlawfully. Penalties stacked fast, fines, restitution, and oversight appointments. My ranch boundaries were reaffirmed publicly, unmistakably, permanently. Damages were assessed for lost use and intimidation. HOA insurance refused coverage, citing intentional illegal expansion. Board members resigned, citing stress, confusion, and misunderstandings. New elections didn't stop the consequences already rolling. County required public apologies and recorded corrections immediately. Survey markers were reset correctly under armed supervision. The land felt quieter once ownership returned officially. Neighbors apologized, admitting they assumed paperwork meant truth. I didn't celebrate loudly. Relief felt heavier than joy. The ranch resumed grazing, fences whole again. Expansion plans were scrapped permanently by court order. Oversight committees monitored every future filing closely. My case became precedent cited in property law seminars. Other ranchers checked boundaries nervously afterward. Developers slowed projects, suddenly respectful of rural ownership. Paper power shrank under sunlight and verification. I learned land theft wears suits, not masks. Justice arrived through records, not revenge fantasies. The HOA shrank back within original limits obediently. 200 acres stayed wild, grazed, and undisputed. I walk fence lines now with calmer steps. Stakes remind me vigilance never expires. Property rights survive only when defended promptly. Silence almost cost me everything important. Speaking through courts restored balance fully. The ranch stands larger now, legally reinforced. Boundaries feel sacred when nearly stolen. I keep copies everywhere, physical and digital. Maps no longer scare me. Meetings don't either. HOAs thrive on assumption and apathy combined. Ranchers survive on memory and proof. The land remembers who protected it. Survey lines fade, but ownership endures. 200 acres taught that lesson brutally clearly. I wasn't part of their HOA. They learned they weren't part of my land. Courts closed the case decisively. Titles remained unchanged, rightful, and intact. No more letters arrived. No more stakes appeared. Peace returned disguised as routine chores. Cattle grazed where signs once stood. Wind erased footprints of entitlement quickly. I trusted systems again cautiously. The ranch breathed freely afterward. Ownership felt earned anew. I tell others now, check records early. Paper cuts deeper than blades sometimes. But paper also heals when correct. 200 acres stayed home, mattered more than apologies. HOAs learned limits beyond fences. Rural land pushed back quietly. I slept easier afterward. Boundaries held firm. Law worked when pressed properly. The ranch remains mine entirely. They never tried again. Neither did anyone nearby. Precedent traveled faster than rumors. Justice didn't shout. It signed orders. Land theft failed publicly. Ownership prevailed calmly. Silence followed resolution. My ranch still stretches exactly as it should.